Hey, what is good, gamers? Squirrely here. Thank you guys for joining me. As always, I have missed you guys. The Halloween update is out. There's lots of good stuff going on with TF2 community right now. It's just a really fun time, and I've been gone for a little bit. I had a huge exam to study for. That's done and over with. I think I did well. Cross your fingers. Hopefully I passed. But a lot of people have been asking me since the update came out, what do I think? Last year I did a review of the unusual effects and what I kind of gave them different rankings and grades and what would be high tier and low tier and cheap and expensive and where things would kind of fall in the trading unusual market. So I figured I would do that again. But before I get into it, I just want to say thank you guys so much to everyone who participated, donated, and watched just in any shape or form the tip of the hats. Because this year was so much fun. I've been supporting it and donating it every single year since I can remember. But this year I got to play in Verdant Vortex, which is a ton of fun. It was actually kind of funny because my team, I was picked for Uncle Dane's team, but then Uncle Dane got picked for the other team, so I ended up playing against Uncle Dane. It was kind of weird. But our team was myself, Pharaoh, Star, I'm not sure what name he uses, Tag, Xenogene, Racefire, and Salty Fish. So we had a good team, but if you're paying attention, it ended up being two spies, an engineer, a huntsman sniper, and then pretty much just me trying to keep Pharaoh and Star alive. That was it. And we're playing 2-Fort, by the way. So if you didn't check out Tip of the Hats this year, I will post a link to that. It was a lot of fun as well.
I don't know if Uncle Dane's going to come over and give us another update here. Look at that. The Saxy, if you don't know it, it turns people gold. Or no, that's a golden pan, must be.
Oh, it is.
Is there a golden pan and a Saxy?
I think there
different
is.
kill icons is how you can tell, yeah.
I'm looking forward to next year. That's just a side note. I just had to tell you guys about it. It was so much fun. If you're not aware of it, join Tip of the Hats next year. It's awesome. Awesome. Let's start off with the first one. We have Wicked Wood and Ghastly Grove. First off, the names this year were a lot better. Last year, they were kind of just cheap and I don't know, it just felt like it was rushed and they didn't put much creativity into them. This year, much better. They even did some wordplay. Some of them, I think there's 4 vortex unusual effects, which is kind of funny. They're like VV, and it was just kind of crazy, but the colors are great. I mean, I think that was one thing that just stands out this year is that they did a really good job of picking Halloween effects that look like Halloween effects, using these deep purples and blues and greens and oranges and yellows and just effects that definitely, when you see them close or far, you know right away that they're unusuals that are from Halloween, which is great. That's what they should be every year. You should be able to tell that this is probably from a Halloween update. I'm pretty sure this is going to be pretty low tier for this package of unusuals we got, but it's still nice. I mean, these are solid. Even that they're low tier, that's great. I think they're both quality, solid, low tier unusual effects. Alright, now moving on to the vortexes. This is pretty funny. Like, look at all these V's here. Vortex. So we have the Violet, the Verdant, and the Valiant Vortex. Same thing as the other one. I think these are just solid unusuals. Now, it's easy to say, well, we already have Time Warp and these other effects, and there's lots of spinning ones. I agree, but these ones I think are unique enough that they're different. I mean, I like that a lot of these effects had sparkles and lights and rays coming off them, and I usually don't like the really kind of flat 2D cartoony looks of unusual effects, but on these, they pull it off. I mean, to me, they're probably going to be very low tier or the lower tier of the bunch that came out this year, but I wouldn't mind wearing these. I could see these would look great on really small hats that kind of showed off like a tassel cap or, backwards ball cap. Anything that's kind of small that shows off the effect more and you get like to exaggerate and see the spiral effect. They'll look really great. And also we don't have a whole lot of effects with orange and purple. So that's great that you can put that with some other combos as well. Moving on to the next batch. These are also sort of spiral effects. We have the Vicious Vortex, another Vortex, Menacing Miasma, I'm not sure, and then Abyssal Aura, which these are very good as well. Now, I've bashed effects in the past that just seem like they're kind of mixtures of other effects. You get effect A, B, and C and just throw them together to make a new effect. To me, that always felt kind of like cheap and just not very unique and creative, but they kind of pull it off here. You got the swirling effect, the lightning effect, which you see in the unusual taunts, and then the bubbling effect. I'm kind of getting the feeling that bubbling's overused, but I understand with Halloween updates, you have, bubbling pots and bubbling hats and bubbling effects and the cauldron and all that stuff, so it kind of makes sense, but I think these are still unique enough, and the colors are great. These are very vivid, especially on a dark map. All 3 of these colors are going to pop out. I'm guessing the purple one might be the highest tier one just because it's bright purple, and it kind of sticks out, but the green and this dark orangish reddish one, I think also would be great to make with combos. So these are probably a little bit more mid-tier, lower mid-tier. I don't think they're going to be high-tier, but these are solid as well. Very legit, solid, unusual effects. So now we get to my 3 favorite effects of the bunch, and actually my favorite effect of all of them is in here. We have the Ethereal Essence, the Mystical Medley, and Twisted Radiance. Instantly when I saw these, I said, wow, these kind of pop out to me as very special effects. They're all unique. They have the energy, you know, they remind me of the energies as well, but they're all unique in their own way. They're bright, they're colorful, and my personal favorite, I don't know about you guys, but these are all great and colorful. Mystical Medley is nice, but I think I gotta give it to Twisted Radiance because we just don't have any blues. TF2 and Unusual is just, there's almost no blues, and this has this nice bright light blue and sparkles, and it turns into purple at the top. It's just beautiful. Automatically, I want to buy one of these and put it with my Unusual combos, my racks, and make a white energy with this blue glow. And I think there's probably going to be a good amount of these unboxed. And since there's 3 of them, there's going to be so many that are for sale that the price isn't going to be crazy high, but it'll probably be higher mid-tier. You know, something like purple and green energy, somewhere around there, where they're very popular, but they're not too expensive. But if you find a really rare hat that has one of these, and there's like 1 or 2 that I get unboxed, it's probably going to be pretty expensive. But I cannot wait to put these in with some other combos. Like I said, my white energy and frostbite. I'm going to take off the frostbite and try one of these and see how it looks. But these are just solid. They're bright. They're beautiful. They're unique. And if you could get these on 3 miscs, oh man, that would be an amazing combo. Maybe I'll do another video with triple effects just to pretend that you could wear these together to see what it looks like. But very solid. These are my favorite by far. Now for the last Unusual hat effect, we have the 5th dimension. And right away, I knew this. They wanted to make this one special because there's no other color variations. It's a very big effect. I really like the lights and the colors that kind of come through the white, like you're looking through a dark cloud or some dimension, or you're going through like a time warp or something like that. So I knew this was meant to be special, and it is a very big effect. In-game, it's very pretty. A lot of people are hyping this up to be the next God tier or the next highest tier Halloween effect. So I think it's cool. I like it, but I think it's a little overhyped. I think it's a little bit overblown because, I don't know, it doesn't have that wow factor. It has the cool factor. I like the fact that these images are moving and they're not like just totally flat, and they're interactive and animated, and the eyes move and they glow. So I like that, but I don't know. I don't see this being a God tier hat. I've seen a lot of them for sale, even the all class ones. They aren't selling or going for as much as you would think. So it's going to be popular, but I don't think it's going to be the new Bonzo effect or the new Demon Flame effect or something like that. So it's special because it's one of a kind, and it really just depends on how many are unboxed, because what could easily happen if there's not a whole lot of them unboxed is a collector could come through and gobble most of them up and then raise the price, and now they're all worth a ton of money. But I haven't seen that. It seems like it's a popular effect, but I don't know if it's going to be going God tier, and some of the really, really high tier traders are going to want to gobble them up and pay a lot for them. But it's nice. Definitely on a all class hat or a hat that has very few unboxes, it's going to go for a lot. I think it's a little overhyped, but it's a beautiful effect. In game, it looks great. It's really big. It's active. Unfortunately, it doesn't combo with a lot of other effects very well, but on its own, it's a great solid effect. Probably my 2nd or 3rd favorite effect of this whole series. Moving on to Unusual taunts, and what happened this year? They're all so huge and colorful and bright and active, which I really like. I thought it was kind of funny that 2 of the 3, Bewitching and Accursed, are basically Spellbound and Arcana, which I thought was kind of funny, but they're still beautiful, of course. My favorite of these 3 is probably Enchanted, because you could go with sunbeams and all these other bright yellow effects and glowing effects, and it's an effect that you don't really see that color too much, except for maybe like Holy Grail or something. So I think Enchanted is my personal favorite, but come on, if you have Spellbound or Arcana, how can you not get these to combo with your other set? And they're all beautiful, they're bright, they're colorful, so these are solid, really, really great. These are very, just look at the depth of these. They don't feel too cheesy or too rushed, although, they're pretty much 2 of them are from old effects already in the game. They look great. These are solid. I like them a lot. Now we have Eerie Lighting, Terrifying Thunder, and Jarate Shock. These are also great. I mean, they're simple. Like I said before, I don't really like the flashing 2D effects. To me, they just feel, I don't know, they don't really do it for me usually. But on here, these are good. These clouds that you're kind of walking on, the clouds that kind of just sit over your head and don't move, to me, those look lame. But these are interactive, and they're going to be moving with you, and there's lightning sparking all over the place. I think it's funny, the names, how they kind of went with lightning, thunder, and then it's just Jarate. Jarate's its own thing, Jarate Shock, but these are good. These are big effects. If I had to guess, though, these are probably going to be the lower end of the Unusual effects of this batch here. If there's not that many unboxed, they'll be worth more than the other ones, of course, because there's so many Unusual taunt effects that these should hopefully be worth more. But it really just depends on how many are unboxed. But if I had to guess, these probably won't be as popular as the other 3 we just looked at. But these are good. These are solid effects. I can't say anything bad about these. These are good mid or low tier Unusual taunts. Last but not least on here, we have Static Mist and Nether Void. Nether. Never say never. Anyways, these are great as well. They're probably going to be more the mid to low tier again. We have some other effects for Void that are kind of similar, but they put a unique twist on it with the lights and the sparkles kind of being sucked into this vortex. But these are very unique. I like that they kind of have their own style and unique energy to them. And Static Mist is probably going to be more low tier, but that's cool. That's awesome. You have this static cloud around you. It looks like you're being supercharged with energy and it's going to move with you and stuff. So these are solid, although they're going to be probably low tier or whatever. So I'm just happy with this update. This is the first time there's been unusuals that actually I'm like, hey, I might trade for one of those, or hey, I might save up, I might buy that, or I might buy this taunt or this all-cost. And I haven't felt like that for a long time. So what grade would I give this update and these unusuals? Because last year, if you remember, I gave the Halloween update a B-, like a minus. Almost wanted to give it a C+. This year I'm much happier. We have solid unusual effects. Like I said, nothing crazy god tier is going to like shock the market, but we have a great variety that I think traders are going to get excited about. And anytime traders can get excited at any level, low tier, mid tier, high tier effects, even unusual taunts, that is great. And I think we have that this year. People are excited. They want to actually trade and buy these and keep them and mix them with other effects, which is great. That's exactly what we need. So I would give this an A-, a solid A-. This was a really good update. I think all the unusual effects are pretty good. Nothing is mind-blowing, but I can't say I dislike any of them, which is pretty rare, to be honest. Most of the time I can't say I like any of them. For this one, I think they're all good, and there's a couple that are really, really nice. So I don't know what you guys think. Let me know down below. What is your favorite effect this year that came out? Have you done it in any unboxing? Have you had any luck? Alright gamers, we'll go out and play some TF2. Enjoy the spooky update as long as you can. Play as much as you can. That's what I'm going to be doing before this update runs out, because this is a good one. I'm happy this year. We got Halloween for a full month. The unusuals are great. The cosmetics are pretty good. So I'm just grateful, man. This is a good update. And yeah, can't wait for the heavy update. That should be coming out soon too, right? So just joking. But let's enjoy this as long as we can. Hopefully I will run into you guys in game. Don't forget to say hi and what's up and steal my golden pan and taunt me and all that other fun stuff. So thank you guys. Have a great one. I got lots of videos coming soon. Don't forget to join the Squirrely Squad if you haven't already. We're trying to hit some landmarks. Subscribe below. And yeah, have a great one, you guys. See you soon. Peace.